All right. We're going to talk about dividing 4-digit by 2-digit numbers today. Who remembers dividing last year and what those steps looked like? Tell me what your first step of dividing was. Gavin. What was your very first step you did when you divided? Nope. You're thinking it like these down here, like your steps for dividing down here. We would divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Did y'all call it dad, mother, sister, brother last year?
No.
Please stop, Rock. What y'all call it last year?
Oh, yeah, we called that.
Rover is no longer here. You will not have a remainder this year. When we get into decimals later on, when you have a remainder, you will add a decimal point 0 and keep dividing. Okay, so no remainders, no Rover. Rover has passed on back to 4th grade. He has new friends. Okay, Rover's not your friend this year.
What does the B stand for then?
Bring down. Okay, I need the extra talking to stop. The playing to stop. Put the glue sticks up. You're going to have to pay attention. After we bring down, we are going to start back over. So go ahead and draw that line now. I will not ask you to put it up again. Okay. So when we are dividing a 4-digit number by a 2-digit number, you have your dividend, which is under the house, your divisor outside the house, and your answer is called a
Dividend.
quotient. So the very first thing that's different from, actually the only thing that's different from this year than last year, well, 2 things, is you're going to have a 2-digit divisor and you're not going to have a remainder. So you're doing the same step, but you're just dividing by a 2-digit number. So when we're dividing, we're going to look at the first 2 digits in the dividend. So I'm looking at how many times 15 can go into 37. Can 15 go into 37?
No.
It can, because 15 is smaller. If 15 was larger than 37, it could not go in. Then we would look at the first 3 numbers.
15 was 30.
Yes, so if 15 was larger than 37, I would look at 357. But since 15 can go into 37, I'm going to say how many times can it go in? And I'm going to use multiplication to find that answer. So off to the side, 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. 15 times 3 is 45. Which one do I want to use?
2 times.
Why not 3?
Because it's 45 and it's over.
Yes, I want as close to 37 without going over.
So 30.
So it goes in twice. Since I'm dividing into 37, that 2 goes above the 7. After I put my number up top, I'm then taking 2 times 15 to give me what? 30. My next step says to
Multiply.
subtract. After I subtract,
Equals 7.
I'm bringing down the next number,
5.
the 5. So now I'm bringing my 5 straight down.
That'd be 75.
Hold on, please. And I'm going to keep going. So when I bring down, I'm starting over, right? So now I'm saying, well, sorry, now we're over here. Oh, I didn't add that. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to start over. I did do that all in one step. So I'm saying, how many times can 15 go into
35.
75? And it is
4. No, 6.
Look what number's up top, babe. I already have it done for you.
25.
Not 25.
5 times.
5 times. 5 times 15 is 75. After I multiply, I subtract, and I get 7, or I get 0. 5 times 15 is 75. I wrote that right there, and then I'm subtracting.
0, 0, 0, 0.
After I subtract, I need to...
Put the 0 up top.
No. After I subtract, I
Bring the 0 down.
bring the next digit down. Ooh, did I move that? They can see. Okay, good. Okay. So if there's another number in the dividend, we're going to bring it down and keep dividing. So I'm bringing down my 0. How many times does 15 go into 0?
0.
So that number goes up top. Now multiplying 0 times 15 is,
0.
put that right here. After I multiply, I,
Subtract.
0 minus 0 is,
0.
okay, now I'm going to check my work. This step is super important. When I'm checking my work, I'm taking my quotient, which is my number up top, my divisor, which is the number on the outside, and I'm multiplying to see if I get the dividend.
What we're doing is do the standard algorithm after.
Yes, we're checking it with standard algorithm. Let's do an example together real
On the
fast.
bottom of the page, right?
Say it again.
The bottom of the page.
Yes, the bottom of the page. I need my friends who are over there talking to stop talking and pay attention. Let me pull up a problem. Where did it go? Hold on, I'm sorry. I thought I already had this written down. I want a problem that doesn't have a remainder. Okay. So we are going to do let's do 5,076 divided by 12. 5,076. So 5076 divided by 12. I'm always going to write my steps for division down off to the side. So D, M, S, B, start over. Say it again.
Dad, mom, sister, brother. Yep.
Okay. So my very first step is I am looking at the first 2 digits in my dividend. Can 12 go into 50?
Yes.
Yes. How many times?
12.
Not 12 times. Let's do our 12 off to the side. So I have 12 times. Oh, we know it's more than 1. So I'm going to go to 2. 12 times 2 is?
24.
12 times 3 is?
36.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. 12 times 4 is?
48.
Yes. Please note that I am doing this practice work to figure out my answer off to the side so you're not mixing things up. So, where is my 4 going to go? Over my 5 or my 0?
Over 5.
Nope.
0.
Over my 0. I did not divide it into 5. I divided it into 50. So my 4 will go over that last digit in 50.
And
If I'm writing this down, so are you.
would you
Hold on. Hold on. Let everyone get caught up. After I divide, I'm multiplying the number I put up top by my divisor. So 4 times 12 is?
48.
Already have that done. It's 48.
48.
Now
50.
I'm going to subtract.
Two.
After I subtract, I
Bring down the 7.
bring down the 7.
And start over.
Don't ever erase this work right here because I already have this next step figured out. After I bring down and start over, I'm now saying 12 can go into 27 how many times?
Well, twice.
Twice, because 3 is too much. 36 is too big. So I'm putting my 2 over my...
6.
Nope. I went into 27. The 7's up top. So I'm putting it over my 7. 2 times 12 is 24. After I multiply, I subtract.
It is 3.
Yes.
Bring down the 6.
After I subtract, I'm bringing down the 6.
So 36.
After I bring down, I
Multiply.
start back over. How many? I'm dividing 36 by 12. So 12 can go into 36. How many times?
3 times.
Where does my 3 go?
On top of the 6.
Yes.
And then 36 times plus we subtract.
3 times 12 is...
36.
Try to multiply, I subtract. I have nothing else to bring down, so I am done with this problem, but what else am I going to do? Why am I multiplying?
Check your answer.
Yes, so I'm taking my quotient, which is the answer to a division problem.
423.
Multiplying it by my
12.
divisor, which is 12. 2 times 3 is... 2 times 2 is... 2 times 4 is... What do I start row 2 with?
Placeholder.
1 times 3. 1 times 2. 1 times 4. Now I am adding.
I got it right. 5 times 7 and 5 times 76.
If my answer matches my quotient, not my quotient, my dividend, I've divided correctly. If it does not, what are you going to do?
Redo it.
I would first check your multiplication, and if it's still not the correct answer, redivide. That does not mean circle the closest answer. It means redo the problem.
I was good at this.
Spend 5 to 10 minutes more than getting it more minutes rather than getting it wrong.
I might go home and practice these things.
Let's do one more example. So we're going to do $1,075 divided by 25.
Since you can't put it.
What am I writing down first?
1,000.
I'm going to come around and check your work
Oh.
to make sure you're doing this with me.
The
Please don't have to miss recess because you're choosing to not follow along with me. We are writing our steps down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, start over. So I'm dividing by 2 digits, so I'm looking at the first 2 digits here. Can 25 go into 10?
No.
So I'm expanding to the first 3. Can 25 go into 107?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
4.
So where does my 4, well, just in case we didn't know that, what would we do?
Put to the side.
Off to the side,
Times it.
I would do multiplication.
Okay, do 20 times.
So my 4 would go where? Over my 1?
Over the 7.
Did I divide it into 1?
No.
Did I divide it into 10?
No.
Did I divide it into 107?
Yes.
So it's going to go over my 7.
It's gonna be short.
Now I'm going to multiply. 4 times 25 is,
100.
after I multiply,
That's 7. We're gonna 75.
when I subtract, after I subtract, I'm going to bring down. After I bring down,
Multiply.
no, I start back over with division. 75 divided by 25. So I'm going to ask myself, how many times can 25 go into 75? Think about quarters. How many quarters does it take to have 75 cents?
50, 75. 30.
Takes 3 quarters. So my 3 goes over my 5. 3 times 25 is, after I multiply, I,
Subtract.
do I have anything else to bring down? So my answer is 43. What am I going to do now? I'm going to check it. Taking my quotient times my
Divisor.
divisor. Very good. It's super important to know those vocabulary words. 5 times 3 is, put my 5, carry my 1. 5 times 4.
20.
Plus
20,
1.
21.
Starting row 2 with a
0.
placeholder, 0. Very good. Now I'm taking the digit in my tens place, times the top. 2 times 3 is,
6.
2 times 4 is,
8.
add them together. Does it match?
Yes, ma'am.
So my answer is
The answer.
correct. Any questions? Awesome.